Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers is an action platformer game and was released on the Nintendo Game Boy in 1991 by Konami. Your favorite Heroes in a Half Shells are back for more action against the Shredder and the Evil Foot Clan, and it looks like Shredder is getting pretty frustrated with the Turtles, so he has once again kidnapped April O'Neil. What a shock. And he's using her to set a trap for the Turtles. Shredder isn't alone. He has once again teamed up with the evil alien Krang and is working with him to plan this ambush. Between the two of them, this may be the toughest battle the Turtles has ever faced. Remember, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as it helps out this channel grow. And don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. So, how is Turtles 2 today? Let's find out in this review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers for the Nintendo Game Boy. In a surprise twist, April O'Neil has been kidnapped again by Shredder, Krang, and the Foot Clan, and it's up to the Turtles to save her. This quest will take our mutant ninjas through 6 levels of platforming and brawling, and see them take on familiar foes ranging from Foot Soldiers, Mousers, Baxter Stockmen, Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, and Krang. There's really not too much of a story here, as there's not really no cutscenes to explain the story. The Turtles can jump, duck, and also at certain points grab a higher ledge, shimmy along, and pull themselves up. During the course of the game, the Turtles must certainly jump a lot, and frequently cross platforms and other obstacles. Still, Back from the Sewers is mainly about fighting the numerous foot soldiers and other assorted enemies. The Turtles are all armed with a signature weapon, and each weapon works slightly different. Donatello's staff has a larger range, but it moves slowly, while Raphael's size lacks range but can be wielded faster. Besides swinging their weapons around, the Turtles can also perform a jump kick and a sliding attack, but these attacks can be uneasy to manage, especially when faced with numerous enemies. The rest of the controls seem to work pretty good though. Now there are 2 scenes in which the Turtles ride around on a skateboard or a surfboard, and another method involves changing the ratio between platforming and brawling in some levels. The game still revolves around mindlessly kicking and slashing enemies, so a good amount of repetition remains present. At the start of each level, the player can select which turtle they want to play as. And like the first game, whenever a turtle is defeated, you can pick another turtle until all 4 turtles are captured. Now it is possible in this game to free one of the turtles in the mini games that pop up in between levels. So if you free a turtle, it acts as an extra life. Back from the Sewers is surprisingly challenging. The game offers 6 levels, which are usually divided into several smaller segments. The bosses display some old-fashioned attack routines, which have to be countered or avoided, which is sometimes easier said than done. And much like the other Ninja Turtle games, there are pizza to recover your health. They are dropped by enemies, or sometimes they're just laying there for you to pick up and eat. The visuals in this game are something of a mixed bag. First, let's start off with the good stuff. The graphics, they do look really good in this game. It's a much improvement over the last game. The detailing is just an excellent, and not just by Game Boy standards. The turtles and the foes look just like they should, and the environments, while occasionally displaying some repetition, but it really pops from the screen. The scene on the street is a good example of this, or the way the sewer tunnels stretch into the background. All the characters' animations look great, while the bosses have a real flair about them. I really like the way Bebop occasionally twitches his snout. What is kind of striking is that despite all the visuals looking great and the gameplay plays pretty good, there's really no slowdown in this game. One of the negatives I do have about this is that the turtles themselves, much like the first game, the turtles can't be distinguished from each other except for their weapons. And the turtles move kind of stiff in this game. Whether they are crouching, sliding, jumping, or walking, the turtles just stare straight ahead and keep their upper bodies in an upright position. They can also somersault, but that move isn't nearly as smooth as the other animations in this game. The The soundtrack is really great. The show's theme song has been redone and done really well for the Game Boy. And the rest of the score is both energetic and catchy. A fine example forms from the street segment, which is accompanied by an upbeat and slightly jazzy tune. The sound effects are also quite good, providing just the right amount of oomph. There are also a few bits of speech which don't sound too bad, especially considering this is for the Game Boy. Turtles 2 is a great improvement over the first game. The graphics look good in this game. I would say a little better detailed over the first game. All the sprites are big and you can clearly make out every character. This game has a great variety of enemies. This is something the first game was lacking. It has a solid gameplay, the controls are pretty responsive. The music was really good in this game. It has decent sound effects. The turtles themselves move a little stiff. And like the first game, they all look alike, except for the weapons. Like the first game, if a turtle gets captured, you cannot use that turtle for the rest of the game, but this time around you have a chance to rescue him in the bonus games. Back from the Sewers is by no means perfect, but it's still so much better than Fall of the Foot Clan was, and it's such a blast to play over and over again. It's a must play for any Ninja Turtles fan or a fan of the beat 'em up games. It's another triumph for Konami. I really did have a lot of fun with this game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers, gets a 4 out of 5. What did you think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers for the Nintendo Game Boy? Please leave comments below to share your thoughts. That will do it for this episode. I will be doing live streams throughout the week, mostly games from the Xbox or the Nintendo Switch. And sometimes on Tuesday nights, I do a retro game night live. And remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you here on the next episode. Cowabunga!